We're live.
Howdy, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome. Welcome to Step Into the Portal.
Welcome back to me.
Welcome back to Larry. I'm the Brandt.
And Larry.
We're here at the Portal in Manchester, Connecticut, in the back room. And happy Earth Day to everybody. We figured we would stream a couple Earth games
really loud, just so you know.
for Earth Day. Yep. We're going to be really loud.
And I don't seem that loud at all. I'm not sure. Oh, my thing's hiding on me.
There you go. So we're going to play a game of Spirit Island with the Jagged Alliance. Spirit Island is a game that I absolutely love. If you go back on our channel, you'll see a solo playthrough. It was pretty good on the teach, but some of the rules I botched a little bit. So this will be good to do a two-player game of this. And then if you stick around later, we're going to leave Earth and go to space for One Small Step by Academy Games. So you can check that out later as well. Yeah, it's very good. So those are our Earth Day games. I know a lot of people tune in for Marvel Champions on Thursdays, but we decided not to do that this week. So there's that. Howdy. Hi, man to Meeple. What's up? Going to play a little Spirit Island Jagged Alliance.
Yeah, someone was asking for this, right? That's one of the reasons this popped up, because this has never been high on my list.
Right.
I think I've played it twice with varying degrees of teach and people, and just, it was a co-op game.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being annoyed. I'm just putting this out there for whatever it's worth. I remember being annoyed at these.
Which we'll have to hold up here for now. The Dahan.
Yeah, not doing what I thought, thematically, I thought they were supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, I think my mind was always like, oh, I got these guys. This is going to be good. And I'm like, nah, they didn't do what I thought I should want them to do.
Right.
But
no, for sure.
Willing to give it another try and change my mind on it if you, Brandt, can change my mind on this game.
Oh, hello, Brian. It's Brian that we play Champions with.
Oh!
I think he's been one of the ones who decided. He said he just got his box in yesterday of this, and so he's played it.
I miss playing with him.
Yeah.
I'd love for you guys to call me on a late Sunday or something and let me jump on Zoom and play with you guys.
Call me maybe. All right.
Especially now that I have that little camera.
There you
so
go.
You could see my board better instead of looking at my ugly mug. So
sounds good. Well, this is a game that I absolutely love, and the card play is genius. And the different, you know me, I'm a sucker for asymmetric power, so that's what this game has in spades. I do agree some of the rules can be a little overwrought. I'm going to do my best to teach everything. This game's been around for 4 years, so there's probably some like real good edited teach videos that you could find if this one isn't quite as sufficient, but we should be good. We're going to try to play with everything. So this is something I've only done a handful of times. So that's where on my end, I'm going to be focused. Yeah, I'm going to be focused. So we're going to add in all the things. So, and then also we're going to try something new here because we have a handy dandy. Seem to have.
I love that. Go back to that for a second.
What am I going back to?
No, put the lava flow down in the camera. It's just funny that we have lava flow on the ocean. Like, it was a perfect. At home for my pirate day, Matt. Like, whenever we do pirate games and ship battles, so.
All right, so we are playing Spirit Island. So we are spirits trying to protect this island. I love the names. I am the volcano looming high.
I am Stone's unyielding defiance.
Those are great. Don't put your pieces on your board. I'm going to use yours
to teach.
Yep. So that's how that's going to work. So you can see a lot of things. So our goal is right here. Our victory condition is to eliminate all of the explorers, all of the settlements, and all of the cities. In terms of, I often call these houses in these cities. We want to remove everything from the map. Now, we can also generate fear, and as we generate fear, we draw these fear cards, and in this scenario, there's 10 fear cards. As we clear fear, we change our victory condition. We make it easier to win. If we clear all the fear cards, which we drive up the fear, we make the island, it basically becomes uninhabitable, we win the game.
Oh, so let's just try that.
So that is a strategy to win.
I want to try that.
In terms of that. We lose, the island has blight right here. Blight kind of spreads like in Pandemic. So you add it to locations as they get attacked, as they take damage, which is called ravaging. And we add these blight tokens. Now, somebody in my last stream said that the recent FAQ, you put 2 times the number of players plus 1. They made it 2x plus 1.
Okay.
So I'm playing with that. I didn't get a chance to actually look that up, so I might be wrong based on certain cards. If this all disappears, we flip this card over. We now have a blighted island. We get a negative effect each turn, and we put more blight on that side. If all that blight disappears, we lose the game. So that's our loss condition there. I believe also we have 12 turns. So if we run out of turns, we lose the game in terms of that. So that's kind of the idea. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be playing our actions on our turn, and the board does a great job of laying everything out right here. I think the one thing missing is the event phase. There's 4 fear per player. Every time we gain fear, we drag it down here. As soon as we empty the fear, we draw a fear card and reset that. So we'd be looking at 10 times 8. If we generate 80 fear, we win the game. So from this is our board out here. So just from the start of the game, this is my board, and this is your board. I'm playing with a lot of stuff from the Jagged Alliance expansion. So they give new layouts for everything. Thank you. The logo is in the way.
Hey, I just realized that. Awesome. Hey, we talked about my ugly mug there, Brian, so that's perfect. Let's just block it off.
We will drag that down here. Thank you.
That brandt.
That is funny. I had to move things around because we were blocking the board before. I figured that was more important for people to see than your face.
Hey, I'll take it.
So actually gives me a spot to put my mouse right here.
After
too.
my face got plastered on online showing all the cards from the Guardian set, it's like I could use a FaceTime break.
All right, so just for setup purposes, this is my board and this is your board. Anything that references our boards, but we can go on each other's boards after the start of the game.
Yep.
So that's what's happening there. They all have numbers. These are the Dahan, so they are like natural vegetation, and they will fight back. They are a little weird in that they take damage, and then if they live, they fight back.
Right.
And that part is a little strange in terms of that. We're also playing with all of these tokens. You've got 3 cards in front of you. I mean, the game does an amazing job of laying everything out. So we've got beasts. We don't have wilds. This is disease, and it tells you what these tokens do right on the back of this card. Perfect. So you've got all that. Strife, and then Badlands is the new token in Jagged Alliance, which will just deal damage each turn.
Good.
So that's that. This also walks you through your turn order here, which is also on the board, which I'll take care of. That's that. So then we go up here. So what people can't actually see is we have 2 things. So I should take these. We are playing with, so I told you I'm using everything. We're playing with this scenario. Now I went with a difficulty level scenario just to keep that under the everything.
Try to get Brandt to do his technology here and get him good at it.
Teach, do the technology. Dan. All right, that's something I'll have to
Sorry
work on.
about that. We'll figure that out. So we'll avoid that view for now. Thank you, Brian.
I can add the audio in.
Basically, one of the things you missed out on hearing is Russia is the invading force that's coming into our lands, which is somewhat appropriate, seeing as the next game involves Russia with the race to the moon.
So I'm just changing this really fast.
Seeing Brian's watching, can you have a different? Is there a Canadian stardom? What are all the...
There is not a Canadian one.
Darn it.
All right, check. Can you hear us here?
Can you hear me?
It should be good here now. I should have added that. I see audio on.
I see audio moving. So there we are, the Tsardom of Russia. What's the base difficulty? 1. So this is you giving us a nice easy one?
Yeah.
Good, because we didn't say this to people, but I'm not burning my brain, not in a negative way, but just because it's a teach game for them and for me, just going to kind of play the game and not spend 10 minutes thinking about the most optimal turn.
Right.
I say that and watch my first turn, I'm going to be reading all these cards, taking forever, but...
Yep, so there's that. Sorry about that audio. I should have caught that earlier. Okay, so there's those cards. We're playing with those cards that you saw there, so we're adding that in. I don't have them on the board because you don't really need to read those. Those are just for us, and I picked ones that purposely don't trigger left and right. You can increase the difficulty, and then it's like, hey, every turn, don't forget to do this, and I didn't want that. However, I will tell you that the game comes with these little cards that give you reminders about various triggers. So if you're playing with a certain scenario, you leave that there, and it's trying to remind you, don't forget such and such happened. So they do a really good job with that.
Leave it in here so we don't forget.
Okay.
Hey, the game does a great job of reminding. Throw the card out. We don't need it. We got Brandt. We don't make mistakes on this channel.
All right. Well, I don't think we need it for this one. We just have to remember that these deal 2 damage, so we want to get rid of the people. That's the only thing this card is telling us.
That
they deal
do
2
too?
and 1 instead of 1. Yep. All right, so then let's go to our player board. So on your player board, it's going to tell you how much energy you gain every turn, which are these tokens here, and I have everything upgraded.
Nice.
From the company, from Greater Than Games.
You really like this game.
I love this game. So you're going to get energy tokens, and then this
hope
tells you
sell
how
me
many
on
cards.
This game. I really do, because it looks cool with all your setup here. So
it tells you how many cards you're going to get to play each turn. And then as you remove these tokens, which I forget the name of, presence, as you remove the presence tokens, you grow greater.
Yep.
So you'll get more powerful. So let's get you set up, and then I think I can teach the game through playing a turn.
Sounds good.
So this is going to tell you to put 2 presents on your starting board, 1 in the lowest numbered mountain that doesn't have Dahan, so 1 goes here, and 1 in an adjacent land that has either Blight or Sands. So your other one will go here, because Blight is here, and it's not adjacent to that one.
Say that again. And why do I have a yellow out already? Was that
that's
accident?
part of this setup over here. Yep.
So what did you say again? So
then the other one goes in an adjacent land.
To this.
That either has Blight or Sands. Yep. And then it tells you how you does best with the patience to build up a position over time, and the temperance to hold some energy in reserve. Okay.
Oh my God, you're telling me I have to play a patient character?
Correct.
We just lost, people.
So we'll see. All right, so now the rest of your tokens are going to go right to left on the board.
Leaving 1 on each one.
Yeah, but you're going to be 1 short because of pulling this off
which
here.
means I get to choose where I'm 1 short.
Correct.
Either in energy or in...
Yep. So the other thing that Jagged Alliance adds is it adds the ability to collect these little tokens. So you can collect these little tokens that trigger your abilities. And I think you actually do that every turn, so I'm going to give you a pile of tokens over here. All right, to start off the game, they are going to explore. So we're going to put them in. So whenever they explore, they add explorers to all regions of the flipped type, so mountains, that are either adjacent to a building or adjacent to the coast. So they're going to add 1 here and here. This is adjacent to a building, so they're going to explore there. And they won't explore here because it's not adjacent. Sorry, the coast is here. I didn't say that.
I was like, this is all coast.
Yeah, sorry. The coast is specifically here. I think these are the safe places they could sail in. This would be rocky crag that they can't. So you've got wetlands, sands, jungle, and mountains.
And we lose if number 7 gets a building.
Yeah.
So we want to clear from 7 out.
What did it say? Anytime after turn 1, if there's a building in the inner land, we lose.
And the inner land is 7.
Yeah. So we got to clear those too. So I don't know, that's where we could use these tokens to remind ourselves, but I feel like it's a pretty big condition of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So to start the game, we start with 2 additional power cards.
I'll let you teach.
Oh, interesting. Yours came with 14 instead of 13. So I may have a first edition. Maybe they changed something in the game. I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure. So we each start with an additional minor power and an additional major power in our hands.
And these never go away, right?
They can. So when you gain a minor power, you draw 4 cards, you pick one, and you put the rest on the bottom of the deck. When you draw a major power, you draw 4 cards, keep one, and then you get rid of one of your other powers.
But I mean, generally speaking, if I play this card, I have it again next turn.
No.
Okay.
So if you play your card, it goes to a discard pile, and then there's an ability, the hand action.
To get it back.
Lets you take all your cards back into your hand.
Okay. Yep.
So let me go to a card. I'll go back to this Lava Flows card for people, and I should have audio now, so we should be good. So if you look at a card, and Larry, you can look up there on the screen, this is the cost to play it in energy. These
Difference
are the
between the blue ring around it and a red ring, because I have both rings in my hand. So just a type.
You know what? I don't know the difference. Oh yeah, fast and slow.
Okay.
So fast cards are going to happen as soon as you play them. Slow cards are going to happen after the enemy takes their turn.
And fast is red, I assume, and blue is slow, because for some reason, as human beings and gamers, we know that.
Yeah, it's funny because I always looked here at the turtle symbol, and I actually didn't even realize that the red and the blue are up there, but that makes perfect sense. So then these are going to be the energy symbols that you channel, the symbols, and those trigger your abilities that are on your board here. So you use those symbols. So you play multiple cards, you can generate those symbols. Plus, you can spend these tokens if you gain them. It's starting
to come back to me. Okay, so I'm generating...
Yep. So then this one is showing you, this is the speed, and then this is... It's actually weird. It shows you what you can target and then where from. So you can target any land. Sometimes it'll say specifically target another player, or target a land with a Dahan in it.
This is target blighted land?
Yep. So blighted would have to have blight in it.
And that's that weird symbol?
Yep.
Well, I got it.
Yeah, I may have gotten tokens 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I'm not sure why I only have this many. So then this is telling you the distance. So I have to always go from my presence. This is the part I miss most often. So this is a distance of 1 from any of my presence.
Which is those. Okay.
Yeah. In terms of that. And then it just tells you what it does. Add 1 blazing and 1 wilds, or deal 1 damage. So it just tells you what it does. So coming back to the board here, if you deal damage to things, the people have 1 health. The cities have 3 health. They have 3 buildings. You can partially damage them, but everything repairs at the end of the round. So if I deal 1 damage there, and then you dealt 2 later that round, it would be dead.
Okay.
And then these have 2 health. They have 2 buildings on them, so you can lay them down flat and then take them off the board.
Where do we get our discs back on the...
Yep, I'll go through that in a second. So then the other thing to note is when you remove a city, you generate 2 fear. And when you remove a settlement, you generate 1 fear. And I apologize for any names. I don't have the rule book, so if I get a name incorrect in terms of that. So the people don't generate fear by getting rid of them. So that's essentially it. So like I said, I can teach through a round. So the first thing that we're going to do... then this moves over.
To reclaim our cards.
So the first thing we're going to do, so you pick one of these 3 things that you want to do. So growth phase is the first thing. So you can reclaim your cards, gain 2 earth tokens, and then whatever that says, I can't see that from here. Or you can add a presence at a distance of 2 and gain 3 energy. Or you can gain a new power card. And when you gain a power card, it's your choice.
That's how you're adding presence.
Yep, and then you add more presence. So basically every turn, it looks like you add presence every turn. I have options to not necessarily add presence. So after that, you're then going to gain your energy, which is right here, whatever's uncovered, and then you're going to pick your cards. So you can do all of that as one phase, because you're going to have to kind of plan what you want to do in terms of all that. So they are going to build in the mountains, So they're going to end up building everywhere that they have a person in the mountains. So they're going to build here, here, and here. So if we eliminate these people, they won't build.
Cool.
Then I can actually go through this. Then they do all of their fast actions. Then we do the Blighted Island, any fear cards we got, and then we trigger Ravage, Build, Explore. Excuse me. And then we play all of our slow actions. So that's basically it. All right? And then just track these tokens, because these can do various things. And you have to remind me to draw an event card, because it's not on here. We draw an event card in there. It might be on this one.
Symbology-wise, is that building that's there now the big building or the small building symbol? The buildings that's on the board.
Say it again.
Our buildings that are on the board, is that the big or the small symbol buildings?
Those are the big buildings.
Thank you.
I am trying to remember when the event phase is now. I can't remember. I think event happens first and foremost before the invader phase. But that's something that I'm going to look up really fast so I don't get that wrong all game. Okay, Blighted Islands, then events. Got it. All right, so I don't need to reclaim my cards. So I could either add more presence, gain energy, and play an additional card. So I'm going to go for that one. So I'm going to gain a power card, so I'm going to draw 4 minor powers here. Oops, enter 5. And I'm going to pick one of these to gain. Now, if you don't know what to gain, you can very simply look at the symbols. Oh, do you see all of these abilities too? These all trigger, and pay attention to what yours does here. Oh, I can only add these into mountains. So where should I have put mine? Each spirit starts with 2 additional... Nearest legal hex on the board. So my presence should have been here.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to gain one of these. Whoa. That one's intense. 2 fear, deal a damage. Well, that's pretty straightforward. All right, so I'm going to gain this card. You picked your thing that you wanted to do up here?
Yep. I'm just waiting for you to do yours.
Oh, you can do it simultaneously.
I didn't know because we were teaching if we wanted to call out. I will do this to reclaim cards, gain 2 earth, and add it. Oh, wait. Pick one of these 3? Or
No,
I pick
you do
this
all
whole
3.
thing?
Yep.
Okay. So I gain 2 mountain symbols. I gain a presence. Has to stack on top of another presence.
So that's called Sacred Ground, and there are some cards that target specifically Sacred Ground.
Now I gain a minor card.
A minor card. Yeah. What is that from?
Uncovering my...
Oh, no, you can play +1 card
also...
per turn. Okay, cool. Sorry. I'll trust you. I apologize. I didn't mean to...
Ooh. Ooh.
Gain +1 range on all my cards. Okay. Oh, and I forget this symbol right here.
There you go, sir. I only keep 1, right?
Yep.
So normally we could play how many cards? Oh, 1. It's right here. Wow. It's hard to get up to more card plays, huh?
For you, probably, yeah. I think you're a slow. Once you get there and can play a lot of cards, you start kicking some booty.
Cool.
I just have to look up one symbol that I don't know what it does. On my player board. It looks like I destroy one of my tokens. Sorry about this. Ah, come on. Ah, I don't see it. You see this token that I have right here?
It's like a broken token.
Yeah. But I don't see that anywhere here.
Shameful, Brandt.
Should have looked it up before we played. I knew it was there and I forgot to look it up. Come on. All right, well. We'll see what happens. We'll have to get to that one. All right, we'll have to look that one up. Destroy one or more of your targets. Blank below checks how many were destroyed. Okay, yeah, so it actually just tells me right there on that. That's why. All right, so then you gain this energy as well.
Right here?
Yep, so you gain 3 energy. And you can dump those out if you want. So you gain 3 energy and you play 1 card this turn.
2 cards. Add presence to mountain or land with your presence. Yeah.
So
Did you
now,
give me the energy? No, you didn't. Okay.
no, sorry. There's 3 tokens right there too if you want a 3.
I'll probably play a 2 and a 1 this turn.
So now we just have to figure out what we're doing. So they're going to build in mountains. So the more of these little guys that we can destroy, the better.
When this says the cost is 1 energy instead of 2, what does that mean?
Where does it say it?
If I have 4 mountains, does that mean for the card I play?
Yeah, so if you play cards, you're going to count up the little symbols. You can also spend these tokens.
Okay.
So they're temporary, like they last for that turn. And then, yeah, we don't get these cards back.
It's funny, it says 1 instead of 2, so it's assuming I'm only playing that on a 2-cost card.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh, so this is interesting. So I have an ability where I can erupt and I lose my tokens, but then I leave them on the side, and then I have a thing where I can furnace them back out onto the board. So I'm not necessarily trying to trigger those. And I'd have to have a sacred site to do that. All right, so I should be able to play these 2 and spend 2 energy this turn. Oh, but that's going to be too late. Per day Han in the land, so I could do this one.
Explorers only need 1 damage to destroy.
Yep, correct. Yeah, I wish I had seen this. I would have made a double.
It's like I have damage, but it's like 2 damage seems wasteful.
Yeah, I wouldn't. So I can spend an energy to make this power.
So where are they going to build? In mountains?
Yep. So it is going to be thinky, everybody, as you can see.
Wow, yeah, no. It's like, wow. Like there's all this symbology on this.
The reason I can play 2 cards is because I chose this growth action right here that lets me play an additional card. So I know it's harder to see my board there. I would pull my board under this camera, but it's got all these pieces on it. Actually, I could probably show it while Larry makes his decision there.
All right, so I think, can you, okay, yeah.
So my board right here has these 3 growth actions. So I picked this one, which lets me play an additional card this turn. Had I taken a different growth action, I wouldn't be able to do that. And then you can see some of my powers. Now, again, we're playing with Jagged Earth characters, so they're much more complex. The game does a great job in the base box of giving you 4 characters that are much easier to play with easier abilities that are more straightforward. So there's that. Got a plan?
Think so.
I can eliminate this one and this one. That's what I'm going for. I'm spending all my energy to do it.
What are you doing?
I'm going to eliminate this guy and this guy so they won't build there.
Okay, cool. I'm going to try this. First thing I do is spend 3 energy. I now have 3. Yeah, okay. So 2 damage to this building and destroy all guys. If target land is, I don't know if it's a jungle next to a water.
Okay.
Or just adjacent to water.
If it's jungle or wetlands. It's just saying or. That's their way of saying or. Add a blight so you don't.
I guess that's okay. I guess it's not okay now because I wanted to destroy that. Never mind. I didn't do that. Put that guy back. I'll do that differently.
Okay. Getting rid of the guy is good. That's all we need to focus on now. We don't have to get rid of the buildings up front.
If I have 3 mountains, this would be 1 energy. Oh, wait. You didn't get rid of either of those guys? I'm sorry, Brent. What are you doing?
What's up?
What are you doing?
I'm going to get rid of the guy that's here and the guy that's here.
You can't get rid of the guy that's here.
It needs to have Dehan. I cannot.
Okay, that's fine. All right, first thing, then am I going to be able to do something with him? Yeah, I'm going to be able to push him or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what's tricky with this game. What was the one? Oh, actually, it's the next game we're going to play. That's worker placement, where it's not super straightforward. It's not like, gain this resource, right? And this game does the same thing. It doesn't say, like, deal 3 damage and kill a building. It's like, you can push things around. You can use these Dehan. So the Dehan take 2 damage. They fight back. I didn't mention that you add Blight whenever something deals 2 damage to a land. But we don't have Ravage
Does this
yet.
symbol mean I have 2 discs there?
Yes. So it's got to be one away from where you have 2 discs.
Sorry, that's changed everything. If it says push up to 2, is it from one land or from any lands within
From the
2?
target land. So you target a land and then you push those units into adjacent lands. But you can push them into separate lands.
Okay. Sorry, people. After this turn, I'll be much better.
It's not a problem. People are learning the game with us. It is not a straightforward game.
I'm going to play Portents of Disaster for free. It's 2 fear. I'm targeting a land here. Target land has to have invaders. The next time an invader is destroyed in target land this turn, 1 fear. So take 2 fear.
So you're doing 2 fear?
Yep.
Okay.
And then
Do you get a second card? Oh, I'm so sorry. The newer characters have all sorts of tricky things where, again, the old characters were just a track. You've told me so many times that you have a second card, and I keep forgetting. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. It's a hard game, but I love it. They're saying you have to get excited.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking so much, man.
There's a lot of text on the cards. That's okay. I'll pick mine, and then I can keep everybody.
So I'm going to do 2 damage here.
Okay.
Oh, no. That needs to be blighted to do damage. Darn it. This is so complicated.
You can't go back and just do this card again? It was too expensive.
Yeah, well, I guess why not? I do 2 damage to this and destroy this with this card.
Perfect. And when you destroy an invader, we gain a fear? Was that what your other card said?
Yes. I just wanted to see if I still wanted that card as my first card or a different 0. Didn't need this.
Yeah, I don't know
good.
that smooth
That's good.
gameplay is the goal of this. It's the fact that it's not smooth because there's a lot of decisions.
All right, I'm good.
All right, so I'm going to do this card, and then this one says I can spend 1 energy to make it fast. So I'm going to do that. So I'm spending 4 energy, which is a lot, but I'm going to be able to pick a spot that has Dahan. So I'm going to pick this one. Oh, sorry, and this is within 1. I didn't say that. And I'm going to destroy this person, deal 1 damage, and then defend for 2 there. So that would block the first 2 damage. We have to remember that in this scenario with this adversary, these all deal +1 damage. So
But does
one
everyone
invader,
damage or only in mountains?
only Ravage,
Okay.
and we're not there yet. And then this one, I generate 2 fear, so we've almost got our first fear card, and then I deal 1 damage here, which is a non-wetlands, so that guy is gone, and then our cards are discarded. So now we would do the Blighted Island effect, which there isn't one. Then we draw an event, and I'm going to put the event over here, so Larry will have to look on our giant monitor. So on the event card here, we look, and is it a healthy land or is it a blighted land? And now the event cards are all different. So because it's healthy, on each board, add 1 building to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal building. Okay, so if there aren't any, then we don't have to do that, right? Coastal towns multiply. So we would pick a coastal region. I know people can't see the board. Larry and I can see that. And we would place it adjacent because it only shows small. So we're good. So we don't actually have to do anything for that. Then here it's showing the beast icon. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. So you've got 1 there, and I've got 2 here. I'm going to remove mine in a second, just so when I come back to the board so people can see that. And then finally, coming of age, on each board, add a Dahan to a land with Dahan and no blight or disease.
Okay.
So the events are pretty straightforward. They're complex. So the one said that we could remove 2 from where there's beasts. So we're going to remove those 2. Oh, I forgot to mention we have an extra loss condition. If we ever add blight to a land with beasts, the beasts go over on the Tsardom of Russia. And if the Tsardom of Russia has more beast tokens than we have on our island combined, they win.
Cool.
So there's another loss condition.
Russia's collecting beasts.
And then we can each add a Dahan to a region with a Dahan and no blight.
I feel like I want to build up the Dahan. So either here or here. And seeing as mountains are going to ravage, it might be good. And then this stands up because it might kill it. Okay.
All right. So now we did that. So now we would do any fear cards that we have. We would flip them over and do what they say. And they will show like whether we're in stage 1, 2, or 3, terror level 1, 2, or 3. So as we get to higher terror levels, the fear cards get better, which I think is a great way to do it because then you can just shuffle these cards and they get better. You don't have to have tiered cards. All right, so now we just do these going this way. It's actually kind of funny because the cards push this way. So we ravage nowhere. We build in mountain regions where they have buildings or explorers. So we always add a settlement or a town unless they already have one, then we would add the next bigger. So since they have this, we add one of those, and then next turn, if there's a tie, I believe they add a town in favor of a city. So then they would build only in that spot, and then they explore in the jungle. So we place one of them in every jungle that is adjacent to the coast or adjacent to a building. Not adjacent to a building, adjacent to the coast.
And to a building.
Yeah. And then we slide these over, and then we would do all of our slow cards. And that's a round.
That's how slow cards work, okay.
Yep, so now we would do any of the slow ones. So now, after this turn, if we ever have buildings in region 7, we lose the game. So this guy is our highest priority now. During play. And then all of these guys all these explorers do +1 damage. Things do damage equal to their size. And if a region takes 2 or more damage, they're blighted. The only thing that actually takes damage are the Dahan. If more towns than cities, you build a city. Correct. Yes, that's it. I know, and I call them settlements sometimes in terms of that. How do you feel?
Working on it, buddy. Working on it.
It's clearer, though, after one round? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. So now we go back to the growth phase again. So you're going to pick one of these 3 things to do, and then gain energy, and then play cards.
What's considered land?
Everything.
Oh, add presence to a mountain or a land with my presence. Okay.
So I have to remember that I can only add my presence to mountains. So we're kind of in an interesting boat that you can add to mountains and I can add to mountains. So if I do these, I'm going to get earth tokens. And I can deal damage in 1 land within 1.
I'm going to reclaim my cards, gain 2 more earth. I'm going to gain 3 energy again. Or maybe more, because if I do this, it will be 4 energy. If I do this, it'll be another earth symbol. Let's do this. Put you there. And I need another minor power, my friend.
Okay.
Why do I need a minor power? I do not need a minor power. I lied.
Okay. Yeah, so a couple things for people watching, like we didn't read through our abilities here, but mine is basically I can only put my presence in mountains. And then when I lose one of mine, I deal 1 damage for each one that I destroy. Oh, so that's interesting. So had I built up here, I could have the volcano go off here and blow everything up. That's kind of interesting. All right. I don't know what isolate does. Is there a terminology for isolate here? Isolate target land. I'm going to look that one up.
I want 4 energy instead. Changing my mind and getting 4 energy.
Okay.
Instead.
So that region cannot add explorers and cannot be targeted by things to decide what it wants to do. Interesting. All right, so I added those 2 presents, then I gained 3 energy.
So if I, is it just have 4 symbols? So if I spend those, I have 4, and I have the 2, the 3, and the 4 for the whole turn. Is that correct?
I think you can only do an ability at one of its levels. But yes, you could target both of these.
I thought they went this way. Okay.
Yeah, you could do both of these, but you could do this at a 4 and this at a 3. I'm not sure about the spent tokens. The spent ones might be per ability. You know what I'm saying? You spend them to be able to trigger this ability, but I don't know if you spend them for the whole turn.
Okay.
But yes, the ones you have here can trigger multiple abilities. All right, so I have an earth and a fire, and I can let one of these blow up to deal damage. I'd love to get rid of that house. What is the strafe going to do? One damage to each building in Dahan, 1 damage to Dahan. So I could deal 2 damage in a region that's adjacent, so that's not bad. And I could do this lava flows card as well. Also push stuff. Do you have a way of getting rid of this?
Can you push them?
I have mostly slow actions. I could push him. Where do you want me to push him?
Can you push him fast?
Yep.
Can you push him here?
How far? More than one space?
No, one space.
Yeah, to the blighted region?
Yep.
Sure.
And I will be doing this. And
Oh, can I play 2 cards this turn? I cannot. I'm just going to put my discarded cards over here.
I'm good. I'm ready to have a fast and a slow. No, they're both slow. I lied. Is it bad if my slow is dealing with that guy, or does my thing have to be fast?
Say it again.
Does it matter if what I'm doing to that guy is slow or fast? Doesn't matter.
He will build before you go for slow.
No, you pushed him fast, so he's not there.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm going to push him to here is where you want him?
Yep. So now he does nothing, right?
Right.
Cool.
All right. So there's my play, and your cards are slow?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then there's no Blighted Islands, so we draw an event card. So this event card is Life's Balance Tilts. So this one looks totally different. Okay. The energies of life shift towards destruction, bringing wasting and disease to the animals of the island. Death is a part of life, but does this go too far? You may let destruction have its day. On each board, remove a beast and add a disease. For each board, discard the top minor power. If it's fast, add a blight. Invaders and Dahan have -1 health to a minimum of 1 this turn. And Invader is a generic term for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Or fortify the resilience of life. 4 energy per player, aided by... I don't know what red is, so we don't have that. So we don't have 4 energy per player. So we're doing the top one. We have to remove a beast token and add a disease token from each board. So disease prevents the next build, so it's smart to put one in a region where they're going to build. So I assume here.
Mm.
And then we discard the top minor power, so here's yours. It is fast, so you have to add a blight to a region. And discard one for me, and it is also fast. So I have to add a blight to a region. If you add it where you have presence, you lose a presence. And then Invaders and Dahan have -1 health this turn.
I've been dying to do this. Let's do this.
And each building with 4 or more buildings and 4 or fewer Dahan add a blight to a land. We don't have any boards that have 4 buildings on them, right? All right. Interesting event. That was a very unique one. All right, no fear cards. So now we go here. So they ravage in the mountains. So here, oh, did you put a blight there?
Mm-hmm.
They're about to add a blight, so you don't want to put one there.
Why?
What?
Why?
They're going to ravage in the mountains.
Okay. They're only adding 1 blight, right?
Well, when you add one, it cascades, so you add a second
Nope,
one somewhere.
Doesn't for me.
Oh, okay. So we add one here.
It has to outnumber me to cascade or to destroy my presence.
Got it. Then they're going to build here, here, and here, but we added these, so they do not build in those regions. And then they're going to...
I actually want blight there for some of my cards, so...
Got it. Well, then it makes sense why yours works. Yeah, the characters work so different that it's funny when it's like, oh, hey, Don, you don't want to do that. It's like, no, that's exactly what I want to do. So now they're going to they're going to explore here. They are not going to explore here. They're not going to explore here, and they're not going to explore there. So actually, we just got really lucky, for lack of a better term. I'm just going to flip those face down because they're done. So now phase 2 is when we could start triggering the Tsardom of Russia.
Cool.
All right, that's there. So now slow cards.
All right, so you push that thing over there.
I already did.
So I am doing 2 damage. I'm adding one of those Badlands tokens.
Okay.
Which is the orange-like thing. So he's dead. Add it, and then remove a blight in the target land from the game.
Oh, nice. So sometimes when it gets removed, it would go back on the card, but since yours is removed from the game, it goes over here.
Then over here...
It did not kill this guy?
Yeah, 2 damage.
Oh, sorry.
And then over here, I'm going to destroy this.
Nice. So we generate 1 fear. It was cold today. I wore the sweater, and now I'm sweating with the lights.
Okay, I had a ton of stones here. Did any invaders deal damage to target land?
Nope. To target land?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that would have been a fast action.
Oh, I have to take it. It's not a card play. It's an. Oh, okay. I thought these are responses.
So you would trigger this, and during the fast phase, and then this ability would apply.
So was there anywhere we knew they were going to deal damage?
Here.
Yeah. So because then I could do, I could deal 2 damage. Does that do anything?
No. Because this guy would take 2 and then heal next turn.
But if he was down, would he not have?
Nope.
Nothing would have mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind then.
Nope. So you want a place where they're doing 6 damage. We'll let you remove that, or you could have removed that settlement, but you played a card to do that anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So it circles back around. It's the start of the turn again.
Ooh. Okay.
That's what I like. Those they go pretty quick. Like all your planning is knowing what they're going to do.
Right.
So then you're constantly just in the think. But it does make it so that there's a lot of people watching us think.
Yes, no, absolutely.
But it's not like Champions or something like that isn't similar in terms of that. All right, so do I want a bunch of energy? I really want to play more cards. So this might be my best play.
I'm going to do this one. Add a presence and gain 3 energy, which also gives me a card play a turn, which means I gain a... Now I do gain a minor power.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to add these 2.
No, 2 away, 2 away. That's not cheap. 2 away. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's put me in 7 because that's one of the... Oh, sorry. That's one of the things we got to protect.
So if I build this up, I make a giant volcano that I can explode, and all the adjacent lands take damage.
Nice.
So let's hope that works well. All right, they're going to ravage. So this guy does 2. So the issue we have right now is they're going to ravage here, here, and here, and that's going to add 3 blight. So do you have anything to defend or push?
Take those. All right, so let's see. I can play 3 cards. I have 7 energy. So let's see.
but instead take my cards back.
Oh, but if it's slow?
Right, then it's going to happen afterward.
Ew. Give me those 4 cards I just gave you back. I didn't realize the card I took was slow. That was dealing with that guy. I want to take a fast card. Yep, that's good. I'll take that one. Okay, so I'm going to be able to... So where are they doing this? In the jungle they're ravaging?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be able to play this card, which basically is a fast, which will push him 1. And if the target land is a mountain or jungle, which is I add a disease. I assume that's a disease. No, I add wilds. Okay, cool. So that's 1 of 3 cards. So where else do we got to deal with?
Here and here. So I think I can play this card. It's going to be a reasonably big waste. I'm going to kill the Dahan and this person.
Okay.
And then that's really all I can play. But it might be worth getting rid of the Dahan to get rid of that person. And
So
then we
when
could
they
just let them
ravage, what do
ravage
they
here.
do? Add
a
blight?
blight. So we may just have to let them add 1 blight there. They're also going to build here. Are you getting rid of this guy?
I'm pushing him.
Okay.
To have this, which gets us 2 fear, and it could push up to 2 away. So I could push, but then it adds a blight.
Right.
So it's kind of counterintuitive. And then this is if target land is a jungle, add blight.
Yeah, the other thing I can do is I can destroy 2 discs. And I can deal 2 damage. I could destroy 4 discs and deal 4 damage. If we want.
Say that again?
I could destroy all these discs and deal 4 damage here.
Would that kill all of that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So maybe I'll do that.
Sure.
Okay. So I've got both those regions then. So my first one is
So
I
then
deal...
all I got to deal with is him?
Yep. Oh, I thought you were pushing him.
I am, but then I'm just seeing if there's anything that makes sense.
If you have a way to deal with this, that would be good too, but...
We need to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
I could move him, but then I would add blight there.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it.
What's considered my lands?
I think it's where you have presence.
So it says when is added to one of your lands, you may pay 2 energy to take it from the box instead of from the blight card. Okay. Deal half of the damage invaders did to the land, rounding down. So explain this damage they do again, because that's what I guess I'm not understanding.
Yep, so if they deal 2 or more damage, they add a blight. So everything deals 2 damage in this scenario, except the cities, which deal 3.
So if I have rounding down with 5 mountains.
You get 2 damage.
Range 0. Where are they doing damage? In
here, here, and here, although I'm eliminating these ones before they can do it.
Okay. Right, that's fine. I don't feel like there's anything... I think for free, I just want to gain where that invader is to fear. That's freebie.
If you, just for people, if you stack your cards like that, that
see them
edge of the
better?
camera's right there.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know if they can read the cards anyway, but they can at least see you're playing 2 cards. Awesome. If you're watching live now, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We've got all sorts of things. There's a lot of Marvel Champions on here, but a lot of other things as well. We're playing games from the store. This is Spirit Island. Step into the portal.
Good.
If you want to request a game, go ahead. If you're watching it back later, you can put a comment about if you played Spirit Island, if it's something you're looking forward to, if it's something you want to see more of, and let us know. And you get to play 3 cards this turn?
Every turn.
Got it. Oh, I didn't see the second one there. Okay. All right. So I'll trigger my fast actions. So I'm going to deal a damage to a Dahan here and each building. I'm going to deal 1 damage to get rid of this, and then I'm going to deal a damage to a Dahan, so that Dahan is gone. And then I'm going to do this ability.
That takes a fear.
What takes a fear?
We killed the guy. We got a fear.
Nope. Is that an ability you have?
It says it right here. When an explorer's... Oh, when a town.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
At that well. Well, you're going to destroy that city. It'll be 2 fear, right?
Correct. So then I'm going to do this one, which I need to have 2 and 2, which I basically have here. I have another fire here. And I have to destroy at least 2, but I'm going to destroy 4. Now, I also have this one. I could generate 4 fear, but I think I'm going to destroy these instead. So I'm going to deal 4 damage here with this ability, something within 1. These go off to the side. The nice part is at the end of the round, I'm going to get to put 1 back on the board.
Oh, cool.
I love that volcano, right? Builds up and then erupts. That's really cool. I like how they did that. All right, so I deal 4 damage, and just like Larry said, I generate 2, which resets that and draws us our first fear card.
Okay. Me?
That is it for me, because my other ones are at the end of the round.
Generate 2 fear here.
Okay.
Then we're going to push them here. Is this where we want them?
Yeah, that's perfect. I can kill them at the end of the turn.
And then we're going to put a wilds here.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a Badlands here.
Point again.
Here. And we could push up to 2 of these, so does it make sense to push them anywhere?
Well, we don't. The problem is we're going into the next phase, so we don't know what we're getting.
Okay, but we know we're going to ravage in water next turn, right?
Yep.
So does it make sense to push them here to defend?
Yeah, there's nothing there, so maybe they're better in here where there is something to kill. Actually, I just noticed we're doing so well if we kill this. Oh, no, we have to get rid of everything on the board. Never mind.
I'll push them in there. And did you add the Badlands?
Yeah, I think right here is what you said.
And you added that there, yep. Good.
Yours were all fast?
No, oh, I'm sorry. The pushing them is slow.
Okay, so I'll just hold that there.
Yeah.
All right. So now we go to Blighted Island. We don't have one. We go to event phase. So this is going to say if we're in stage 1 and 2 or stage 3, which I believe is terror level, right? Yep, okay. On each board with exactly 1 coastal city, add 1 coastal town. So you've got to add a town to your board in the coast. To a land without a city. So it's got to be one of the adjacent ones.
So if I do this right, that's not this, and then this goes away. That's only the Explorer.
Yeah, that's just the Explorer. So I think the sands are going to make more sense because they're going to ravage.
Yep.
Right? The only other option is if you go here and they ravage, we add a blight, and then they would destroy that, and it would be gone.
Say that again.
If you put it here, it will ravage. We'll add a blight. It'll kill one Dahan, but the other Dahan would kill it.
Well, that's kind of good.
So it'd be gone, but we'd add a blight.
We could deal with that.
All right, so we'll do that. All right, in lands with disease or strife, invaders skip ravage actions. And that doesn't help us. All
I
right.
can still pull this off, though, right? I can make him deal half damage so he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know what this does. So isn't this after they deal damage?
It says also, if I have 5, which I did, I just got to take my cards back, also deal half the damage invaders did to the land rounding down.
So they're going to deal
back to it.
Right.
Oh,
you don't defend.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then settlers encroach too far. On each board, choose a land with a town and Dahan. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan there. So we could go against what we said, and we could push it somewhere else if we want to. You could push it into here, and we could try to attack that region.
Well, yeah, you know what? Because then I'm going to push these guys to there
at the end of the turn comes.
Yeah, so that's fine.
All right. So there's that. Then we get to do our fear effect. So we are in terror level 1. So they panic. So each player adds a strife in a land with another token or a Dahan.
What does this do?
This is blocks a specific invader's damage the next time they deal damage.
So I guess that makes sense here where there's...
Yeah. I mean, I could put mine there too. Is it on each board? Each player adds 1. I might as well just go here though, right?
Yep.
Wow. We are crushing this, Larry. It's the opposite. It is one of the complaints of the game is that in the basic mode it can be too easy, and maybe that wasn't hard enough and that was too easy, giving us extra cards.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're teaching the game, right? If we win, we win. Works that way. All right. So then they're going to ravage in the jungle, nothing. They're going to build in the water, so that's going to be there, right? It's wetlands, not water. Water is the coast. And then they're going to explore in the wetlands.
Why does that have a house thing on it?
So that's going to trigger the ability on this card. So no, no, no. So that's actually good that we pushed that away, otherwise they would have put one here. So then this is going to trigger our card here. I guess because it's fun that we have the camera now. So it says right here, stalk the predators. So whenever we draw the escalation symbol, on each board add 2 explorers total among lands with beasts. If you can't, instead add 2 among lands with beasts on a different board. So each of us have to add 2 to our regions with beasts.
Wow, that's brutal. We only have 2 beasts.
Yep. Here and here. All right, and then we do our slow actions. Did you trigger this? They didn't deal damage anyway, right?
So, yeah,
all right, and I can deal 1 damage, or I can add a growth, so the water makes the most sense. Oh, slow actions. First, I can put one of these on the board. Add one of your destroyed tokens. Somewhere within 0. Do I need to deal with this? You're probably going to be able to?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. And then gain a power card, -2 cost. I don't know what that one's saying. I have 5 flames, 1, 2, 3. Nope. All right, and then this one I can deal 1 damage to a region within 1. So it's basically here. So the issue that I have is I don't have presence up here. All right, that's the end of the round. So I probably need to get my cards back because I only have things that give us energy, but it looks like you have plenty, and slow actions that generate fear. But if I get my cards back, I can't add any more presence to the board.
I could add presence here and deal with them.
Okay. So it's going to be here and here that we're dealing with this turn. In fact, we have to deal with this.
Okay.
Or we... Oh, no. Yeah, we do, because you're going to build. So if I take my cards back, do I have anything that's within 2? Not super effective. No. Man. If I don't take my cards back, then I have to risk drawing a card that does something. But you think you can deal with them?
Oh, but it's slow, right? We need to deal with stuff fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good. I will gain my cards back as well for now, even though I think there's another option for me.
I'm going to try to gain a major power. Did you
Do
get
I
any
just
major
keep-
powers yet?
No, do I just keep these forever until I use them?
Yes.
And then I'm going to...
All right, so let's see. 5 damage in mountains or wetlands, but it's got to be within 1, and I am not. I'm really of no help to you. Oh, wait, can I get 3 and 3? No. I can only play 2 cards. I just don't have the range to help you. But
Okay, let's see what we can...
try that one if I want to get a lot of energy.
So I'm going to do 2 damage and destroy all guys in the water over there.
Okay.
And if target land is a jungle or wetland, I got to add a doohickey.
Do you have a way to deal with this spot?
Then I have...
Because we lose the game if you don't.
2 fear, push up to 2 of them there, and if it had blight, and then I'm gonna add a blight there.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, I guess I'm going to take this Talons of Lightning. Are you able to, is that able to push them fast?
Yeah, I might do it differently though.
If you push them here, I could kill them.
Where?
Here.
Okay. Can I play a card like this, even though there's no invader yet, but I'm going to push the invader because I'm playing it after I push him?
Yeah, you can play your cards in any order.
Okay. All right. I am good. I also have some mountain stuff I want to do. I just don't know when to do these things. All
Your
my
other
actions
option,
are
if you want to
fast.
slide your board this way, you could put your cards there. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, let's-
Just make sure there's something on screen. Do you need more energy?
Nope.
Oh, I have to get rid of a card in order to play that one. So I'm going to get rid of my Rain of Ash.
Remember, defend reduces the amount of damage and advantage, so I have to... Yeah, okay. So anywhere they deal damage, I could kill them back. Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to play this one anyway. All right. I will play these 2, which cost me 7. So this one is split 1 energy for each fire you have between you and another person, but you don't need any.
Yep.
So should I just take all 3?
Sure.
Okay. And then this one I have to play after you.
Okay. I'm going to play 2 damage up in that right corner to kill the building and destroy all people.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not worried about you seeing the words. I can't do that, but I just want to make sure you know how many cards that he's playing.
Destroy the town, so we get a fear.
Yep.
Then if target land is wetland, add a blight. However, I'm going to spend an energy so the blight comes from the supply and not the card.
Yeah, nice.
And to do that requires 4 tokens so that it costs 1 energy instead of 2. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have... My innate powers
Then
is
I'm
I
gonna
can deal 2
gain
damage.
2 more fear. 2 fear gained.
Okay.
I could push up to 2, and you want them here?
Yep.
I'm going to do that. If target land, then add a blight. Again, I'm going to add it from the supply by spending
Can you
energy.
do it more than once per round? I assume you can.
It doesn't say you can't.
Okay.
And then I already spent this energy. My last one I'm going to play is 2 more fear.
Okay.
And the next time an invader is destroyed here, gain a fear.
Here?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to generate 3 fear. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to deal 5 damage. And that generates another one.
Yep.
And that is Talons of Lightning. All right, so mine are done. I do have this. I could destroy these 3 discs and deal 3 damage. But I don't know if then I don't have discs on the board.
Yeah, they're not doing anything, right?
Right. It would generate 2 fear, but that's not what we need right now, I don't think.
We have to protect that.
Sands?
Yeah, because of the Russians. So.
Right. Okay. So there's that. So then we're going to do Blighted Island. We're going to do an event.
Yeah, Brian, I think Brandt was saying he upgraded. So all those tokens are upgraded, but not his little...
yeah, these don't come upgraded. There's no upgrade for those.
These little cardboard
But yeah, all
symbols.
this stuff is wooden tokens. Yeah. That I got a nice deal from our Brian that he got it in because it was like a $50-something pack for all the wooden tokens, but he was nice. So I figure I'll stream the game. All right. And each land...
So far, I like the game.
Perfect.
It's definitely a lot of iconography and words and symbols but okay,
yeah. No, there's a lot to the game. And each land with 2 or more towns, push 1 town to a land without a town. So we don't have that going on. We don't have blighted. Plagues bring fear and death. 1 fear per board with disease. So we generate 1.
Mm-hmm.
On each board, 2 damage to Dahan in a land with disease. So we kill 1 of the Dahan there. Engage on their own terms. During Ravage, Dahan only do 1 damage each, but deal damage before invaders. All right. All right, so they're going to Ravage here, nothing, correct? Yep. I'm just going to slide it over now. Then they're going to build in the wetlands. That's nowhere. And then, oh, did I not slide these last turn? I did not. Okay, sorry. They Ravage in the water, nothing. They build in the water, nothing. And then this flips. Larry's on board. Future streams. All right, so they're going to explore in the mountains. So, no, yes. Right?
And that strife doesn't stop them.
I think strife is they can't Ravage. And then we place 2 where we have beasts.
Oh, God.
All right. Next turn. Then these slide over. I forgot to do that last turn. So we got to worry about that water again. And we'll try to deal with that. I'm going to do this one to add a presence 4 away.
And I'm going to look to gain just a power card, because why not?
Which I think just needs to go here, so I can deal with that spot. I need Dahan there. I can spend 2 energy.
Can you give me power, a power card?
Yep,
big
the
power.
minor?
No, the
okay,
big
so
one.
just remember that you have to get rid of one of yours from the game. It can be one you already used.
Okay.
All right, I also gain another power card. I'll go big power again, too. Pillar of Living Flame. Sounds good.
I need to add a presence.
And I will...
Just going to do that.
Lands with Dahan. Maybe I don't need that one anymore. Get rid of this one. All right. I did that. I did that. I can play an additional cards. I can play 3, and I get 2 energy this turn. So I've got 9 energy to work with. So I can attack them there. I can play this one. So that only kills one of them. That would deal a lot of damage. Do you have a way to deal with this?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm looking at cards here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just gotta look. Definitely not taking those 2.
Oh, sorry, you gain 1 power card. Does it give you 2 power cards?
No, I just don't know which of the 2.
Oh, I'm looking at those 2. I apologize. I thought you said I'm taking those 2. Yeah, so you see each turn kind of presents you with a little bit of a puzzle. We keep adding those there, so I'm trying to figure out. I can desperately get rid of these, but I could also wait and get rid of that stuff. Although I just realized this is slow. Oh, did we miss our fear card last turn?
Yeah, we didn't do it. Should you just flip it now?
Yeah.
Or gone.
So we're on terror level 1. So each player removes 1 explorer from a land with a Dahan. So it's just this guy, right?
Yep.
That might not have been there last turn, but
It was.
I think it was.
I'm not going to take that. Now I have to get rid of a major power?
Nope, any power.
Oh.
And it can be one that you already used.
Cool. Let me just take
Yep.
this for a second because it's work.
We will pause here.
Hello?
Austin Lair's just taking a call that he's got to take for work. So you can see the game here. This is kind of how this works. It's definitely very thinky, so, in terms of streaming a game. But, as we get it down, we could play a little bit more often and work our way through that. But I really like it. I think there's lots of decisions and choice. I like the different cards. I like the asymmetric characters. But again, it does lead to that, like, what does this do? What does that do? I mean, you can even see I took a character and I was like, oh no, I don't know what it does, but it explains it all there. But silly me, I forgot to read before I started everything up. So a little bit different in terms of all that. So that's kind of how all that works. So you got different goals that you can see. You can get the fear up if you want to. You can kind of go for that speed victory in terms of that. You can try to eliminate everything. We're actually close. If we get our fear up a little bit further, usually you want to do a combo. Then if we just get rid of the buildings, we could win the game, which might actually be what we could go for here. I might be able to give us that win if we work through this. So we'll have to see what we're doing here.
Sorry about that.
Oh, not a problem.
All right, so I can get rid of one of those minor powers I already played.
I think I could actually win us the game.
Well, Jesus, why am I even bothering playing? Yeah, get rid of that, please, sir.
But it would be at the end of the turn, so all the random things that happen could prevent it. But I guess I'm going to...
So just so you know what I'm going to do, is I'm going to get rid of 3 health of guys here as a fast action.
Okay. I can do 10 damage there.
Oh.
And generate 5 fear. And that will kill all of the buildings and give us the last fear card to move us to the part where if there's only explorers, we win.
Okay.
The tricky part is there's going to be people here, and then they're going to blight here.
If I know you can do that. Those 2 cards I didn't take. There was one, that one right there, the first one I didn't take.
It's just ideas because, of course, we could flip an event card that could totally hose us, you know?
I'll do this instead then.
Okay.
Now what I could do, where are we worried about invaders doing something?
So I think it's here.
So I can make them...
And here. Those are the 2 spots.
So here
I think I can deal with this guy, actually.
I can make them skip their action in that area.
Okay.
And, yeah. And I'm going to add some fear. And I gather. I don't know what gather...
It's the opposite of push.
So bring
them into, anybody adjacent into.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually can deal with this guy. Oh, I get a 3rd card. I forgot.
So I can do that. So I'll do that. And then what else did I have to deal with that you were worried about here?
Oh, I got that spot.
So what are you worried about?
I don't think I'm worried.
Okay. I mean, should I not play?
I mean, if you want to go take a phone call or something. No, I'm not trying to be cruel. I don't think I'm worried about anything at this point.
How much damage are you doing here?
Where is it?
Here?
10.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that guy here.
Okay.
And when doing that, I'll add something good for us there.
Sounds good.
And I think I'm going to save the rest of my cards because...
Sorry, I just realized
so confident.
That. Well, the problem is we're going to draw an event card, and it could say add a building, and then there's nothing we could do.
So I'll do my fast actions first.
Yep.
So I'm going to add 1 animal token.
Okay.
Let's put it here. Then I could gather up to 1. So we'll do that. For each thing there, add fear. So add 3 fear.
Got it.
And invaders skip 1 action in target land.
All right. So that's where you could put one of these tokens to remind us.
So that they won't do their thing there.
Yep.
Then I'm going to push this guy here. If target is mountain or jungle, add the wild symbol.
Okay.
No, this was the target.
It's kind of cool theme. Like we've pushed them to this part of the island, right? We're like, you can have this, but you're out of here otherwise.
All right. Now,
all right.
what's
I'm
your
gonna
magic,
do this
Brandt?
fast one. Sorry. I do this one and make it fast and generate 2 fear. So that will draw this card, which pushes us to terror level 2 immediately. So if there are no buildings on the board, we win the game.
Okay.
So we're not there yet. And then I can also deal 1 damage. I just noticed if I have a stack of 3 or higher, I add +1 to the range.
Well, you just made this fast, didn't you?
No, I made this one fast.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I can deal 1 damage. So unfortunately, I'm just going to kill this guy because that's the only place I can kill something. So there's that. Good?
Yeah.
All right. So then we go to, then these are all slow actions. So we go to Blighted Island. Then we go to Event. Then I draw the Fear card. I'm just going to put the Fear card behind it so I don't forget because I forgot last turn. All right, Sacred Sites under threat. Invaders have begun to find hidden places of natural power. You may let the island's strength repulse them. Each sacred site pushes 1 person or town to an adjacent land. Remove 1 blight per player from the blight card, returning it to the box. Or guard them yourself for well or ill. Cost 3 energy per land where you do damage, aided by fire. In each land, 3 energy per land where you do damage. I don't understand that.
So, and then it's either 2 damage or...
Aided by fire. In each land with sacred sites and invaders, which we don't...
Either
we
do
only
TM... Yeah, we have
do 2 damage or destroy 1 from each spirit.
So we could do 2, or we could do the top one.
Yeah, is this cost? Right. The top one would just be you could push 1 person and we would put these 2 back in the box.
Which would flip that.
Which
right?
could do something when we flip that.
Right, which we don't want to do. Which means we should do this one.
Okay. So I don't understand 3 energy per land where you do damage. Is that if you're choosing
So if we
to
choose
do
to do damage, you got to be able to spend 3 energy. Otherwise, it's just... So if you don't have 3 energy, you're going to lose a disc.
Got it. Okay.
So I have 3 energy.
And I do not.
2 damage. Boom.
So I lose a disc. Can I afford to lose it here? Yes. Okay.
No, you don't have to do anything because that's only where in each land with that and invaders. You don't have any invaders here, so you're fine. You're not reading the whole piece, you get what I'm saying?
Where are you seeing that?
Aided by fire in each land with and invaders. Right. Either do 2 damage or destroy a disc.
Is this whole thing a part and then I have to do the or because I'm not doing the top part?
No. It's only targeting areas that have this, whatever you call this, sacred land and invaders. So we only have 1, which is mine.
So what do I have to pay 3 energy?
Nope. It only pay 3 energy in lands where you do damage.
So what is the or destroy 1 spirit? Do I pay 3 energy?
Stop. Listen.
I'm listening.
Imagine you had a guy here.
Yep.
And you don't have 3 energy.
Okay.
To do 2 damage. You have to lose a disc.
Okay.
But if you had 3 energy, if you wanted to do damage, you could do it because you had 3 energy. However, there's no guy there, so it doesn't apply to you.
Okay.
It only, right?
Yeah, I'm not certain, but I think it's fine.
I mean, it seems
it's not going to, if we're going to win, it's not going to change our win, so I'm not going to dwell on it.
Because it's saying it's only where you have invaders.
Cool. All right, each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present, so that's 3 fear.
Gee, we did actually do pretty good with the fear, too.
Yeah, the game I played solo, I was like massively losing, and then I generated like 15 fear and won the game. Because I only needed 4, so 15 was like...
Actually, I am actually enjoying this game. It's better than
I
remember. Maybe
and
it's because
moves
of all
to an adjacent
stuff.
land if not. So those won't move. Each spirit with at least 4 Dehan among its lands gains a minor power.
That's both of us.
No, it's. I think your lands are not your board. I think it's where you have presence. So it looks like you have 2 and I have 0. So.
Okay.
All right, then we get our fear card, which I conveniently put down. We are now in threat level 2. Each player removes 1 person and 1 town from a land with a beast, or 1 from a land adjacent to a beast. So if we just get rid of these.
Well, they're not taking an action. Do we want to get rid of those? Or
sure.
Are we not?
I think we're going to win, so
okay.
I'm being haughty. And I think if it says remove, it's not destroyed, so you wouldn't generate fear.
Okay.
All right, now they are going to ravage, but not here, correct?
Correct.
They're going to build in the mountains, so they're going to add this. But no, what is it?
No,
that doesn't,
disease prevents the next
disease
build.
prevents the build.
Nice.
And then they are going to explore in the jungle.
So that's only 2 spots.
So that's here and here.
Which they don't there.
And they can't explore there.
And
then
the actions go off.
This makes us place 2 in each region with beasts. I've never seen this before. It's just...
Why are you placing 4?
Because we each have to place 2.
Oh, each. Okay.
If there's none on your board, you have to place them on my board. So,
Nice.
all right. So then I can deal 1 damage, and then I can deal 3. I gain 3 fear and deal 5 damage. Add a blight. It's going to be a mountain. Or if I have 4, which I had this card. This card would still be here. Then I deal plus 2 fear and 10 damage. And I blow this guy to Kingdom Come. And
but
that
do you add
triggers
blight, though?
our victory condition. I don't, right?
Oh, if it's a jungle.
If it's a jungle or a wetlands. So this is the card I played just so people could see it. Because we have this camera, it's fun to use.
I will say that was incredibly easy.
Yeah, that's the...
But heavy thinking, like it's just, there's so much.
That's the criticism of the game.
So what was that other card doing? Was it literally just we start better and we have an extra loss condition?
Yeah. So I think difficulty 0 might have almost been difficulty -1. Like we may have made it easier on ourselves. Now, what it did do, and I don't think you were frustrated, but like when I couldn't help here, it meant put it all on you. We lose the game if you don't desperately throw your things at it.
I
right?
didn't love this character. Like now that I know how the game plays,
Yeah.
I would read the abilities and pick someone a little
You'd play a character
different.
that comes right out of the gate.
A lot of fast. All his actions were slow. The fast
I think that's
actions
either the
gained.
fire or the lightning. I think it's the lightning
my
in the
style.
original one.
I think the last time I played that, I enjoyed it a little bit. I had that Beast in the Shadows
Yeah.
guy. But again, I think what makes this a little more enjoyable for me is the beasts and the Badland, which we didn't have any cards trigger Badlands. Worrying about Russia over there, like that's just a little. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, you like that element.
I think what I didn't like when I played the very base game when it first came out, a lot of crap was going on with the Dahans, and I just didn't like the Dahans.
Okay.
Something about the Dahans.
Yeah, well, there's a Thunder speaker in the original game, and she's like all about triggering, and maybe you played her.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember thinking these guys, I just wish they weren't in the game. The first time I played, I was like, I don't like these. But they really didn't have an impact in our game.
We mostly had cards that said, if there's a Dahan there, do something. We didn't have a lot of cards that were like trying to make us use the Dahan.
And I don't know if that's because of all the expansions, because the first time I played, it was they were always ravaging, and the Dahans were there defending, and they were dying, but there was no Dahans left to attack back.
Right.
And I was always kind of imagining like, oh, there's 2 there, those Dahans will kill them, but then no, those Dahans got... Right,
yeah, so the Dahans have 2 health each, and they take damage the same time as the island. So what people don't like is like they're not a defender. It's like
That's what it was. Right.
So if they deal 2 damage, it's almost like they deal 4. So it feels like it's worse to have Dahan.
But there is a way to defend with the Dahan. There's a card that would say...
after they get killed, any of the remaining ones...
No, I mean, I thought I saw a card of mine that literally said, defend 1 per.
Yeah.
In target land cannot be... So I assume this would then say the 2 damage it doesn't do to the land. Is that correct?
Yep.
Or does it not do...
No, that's exactly what
Or does it not do
does.
the damage to the Dahan?
No, it defends the land. Yeah, so the stone character that comes in the base box is the straight defense character. So had we played lightning, you can deal tons of damage right off the bat. And lightning is cool. What you would love about the lightning character is their special ability is that they can turn a certain number of slow cards into fast cards every turn. So suddenly a card that you're like, I don't know if I like it because it's slow. Now if it's
That's
fast.
Right, exactly.
And then I would like the defense character because I'd be like, oh, I'll defend 5 there right off the gate. I'll defend 10 there right off the gate. But my character can't really do damage until... Yours was more the like, you'll pay for that, right? Yours was like, if you come and attack us, we're going to hit you back.
Well, that's the thing. They never really did damage where this made a ton of sense.
Yeah, we got... So that would be the one part of the game is even with these... Now, I think if you get these on the higher level, it's like you don't... It's just one single hump, right? Like you think about a pandemic and it's like you start off, okay, where are the problems? Okay, now we have a chance to do something. Oh, there's another problem. Oh, now the tension's up here. Right. And then usually you're ending the game. There's usually about 3 arcs. This tends to be one, like maybe it's when you start off, maybe it's delayed a little bit to the middle, and then when you overcome it,
seems to me it's
win.
Very dependent on the order of those cards coming out.
Yeah.
Because it could be
two
just...
wetlands in a row could have been issue, but when we dealt with the wetlands, then it wasn't an issue at all.
Right, exactly, and that seems to be a big part of it. But no, this was better than I remember. I would definitely play this again. I'd be curious with the right people to play a 4-player. Maybe this would be fun. Brian likes this game. Maybe
it's a lot with 4 players.
Is it possible to do this over Zoom with Brian, but we'd all have to have a copy? Or is it one person would run the...
I don't know how you do it with cards.
Well, if you all had your own copy, right.
Oh, if you all had your own copy, yeah.
And then one person can run. So maybe Brian, Mr. Man to Meeple over there.
Oh, that Brian. You're talking about Brian.
No, our Brian never plays games with us. I'm talking about Brian who does play games
He's probably out there listening if they have it streaming in the store right now. Awesome, everybody. That is Spirit Island. Larry gives it a thumbs up, I think.
I give it 1 thumbs up and another thumbs almost up. It's close to a 2 thumbs up. I did like it.
Yeah.
I need to play it a little more and see, what I would do differently or what I would draft, etc.
Yeah. I give it 2 thumbs up. I like to play a different character each time. It's a game where if it ends up that the cards come out and I just can't win, I'm okay. If it comes out and it's a little too easy, I had so much fun with my character. I'm not worried about the fact that I win, but I probably do win more often. My character was really cool. I would have loved... I could have made a mountain of 10 tokens, and then every land within 2 takes 4 damage.
And then you break them?
And then he's got no tokens left on the board then.
Wow.
But then I can put 1 back each turn. That's a great volcano. But that would be amazing if I was playing with people who could kind of control the board, and then I'm just like, hey, I'll take care of this section. I'll go here and just get everything there. Awesome. Well, that's that. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back in about 15 minutes, and we're going to play our next game for Earth Day, which is One Small Step, One Giant Leap for Mankind from Academy Games. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you aren't familiar with it, I hope this convinced you to maybe try it or whatnot. And if you are familiar with it, I hope we did it justice.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, let us know any mistakes or things that we made.
Brian.
But hopefully got a pretty good teach in there and whatnot. But that's it. Until next time, I'm the Brandt.
I'm Larry.
And we hope you step